This video is about Natural One and DevOps, with a close look at continuous testing. This is an image showing the Natural One DevOps process and toolchain. Continuous testing is implemented to ensure the application functionality and code quality are guaranteed even beyond build and deployment. Tools like SOAP UI can be used to invoke automated tests for web services. Let's take a detailed look at this part of the process, specifically how we can create unit tests and add them to a DevOps process with Natural One. The Natural One development environment is used to implement natural applications. Natural One connects to a natural development server to build and run the application. A source code management system like Git or Subversion is used as the repository server. Modifications are uploaded and executed in private mode, which means they don't affect other developers. Once work is finished, changes are made available by committing or pushing them to a central repository. Continuous integration then transfers changes from the repository to the shared development environment, which ensures a successful application build and deployment. We could also have a testing environment in addition to the development environment. Jenkins could deploy our application to this environment as well, and also invoke automated tests, which guarantees application functionality. Let's look at how this works with Jenkins and Natural One. This is the Jenkins web application. Jenkins is an open-source continuous integration tool. You can create jobs to execute automated tasks in addition to a lot of other functionality. You'll see that I have created 3 jobs to deploy all source code changes to corresponding environments. The Nat CI dev job will deploy all changes to the shared development environment. If this step is successful, the Nat CI test job will deploy all changes to the testing environment and execute natural unit tests. We'll see this job spinning up after changes are committed to the repository. Let's switch over to Natural One. This is the Natural One development environment, and in the left-hand view is the navigator, which displays my workspace and all the projects I'm working on. At the moment, there is a single project, Natural Cruise, which is connected to a Git repository. Let's expand the project, look into the libraries, and navigate to the subprograms. This subprogram can be used to retrieve a record from an Adibus database. Let's test this program via the Context menu and Testing. In the middle view, we can now see the subprogram's data parameters. The first parameter, CRID_find, is the input value to search for a travel cruise record. Let's type in a value and click on the button to run the test. We can see here that the subprogram was executed, and the parameter data displays the return values. Similarly, we can test all the subprograms in our natural applications. Let's make this a unit test by saving as and specifying a name for our test in the dialog. After clicking Finish, we'll see our test in the project as it's been added to the testing suite. In the middle view, we can now modify the input values and output validation. I've switched to the Input tab and removed all the values that are not required as input. Now I'm moving to the Validation tab and adding a string validator for the yacht name field to test for the value DevOps. Let's run the test. We'll immediately see that it's failed because the expected value was DevOps, while the actual value was Lysistrata. Let's go ahead and correct the test value and run the test again. We can see that the test has now passed. To add this test to our continuous integration project, we just have to commit the changes to the central Git repository. We can do so via the Context menu, Team, and Commit. In the dialog, we can finish the unit test and add a commit message like DevOps test. Then we'll commit and push and immediately switch to the Jenkins application after confirmation. In the Jenkins web application, we'll see our automated jobs running. If the deployment to development process is successful, the deployment to testing process will run as well. The full testing suite now has been executed. We can see that the job was successful. If we open the job, we can view the test results. We can also confirm that the new test was added. If we take a more detailed look, we'll see our new unit test was executed and passed successfully. This natural unit test is now part of our continuous testing process. This video was about Natural One and DevOps, with a closer look at continuous testing.